So apparently the administration didn't want you guys to see this. Check this out.
Now, here's the thing. I don't usually say this to a guest, but if people are watching this right now, it's because they found us online on YouTube. I did an act of the show that's on tonight explaining why. It's not the first time you've caused some drama. FCC opening probe into The View after appearance by Talarico. Do you mean to cause trouble?
I think that Donald Trump is worried that we're about to flip Texas.
He has a chance. He has a chance. We went into the numbers, how his toxicity is just bleeding into the electorate. And Texas is super duper Latino, close to 50% Latino, and he's hemorrhaging votes in Latinos. There's been special elections on border towns, and they got smoked. We're talking about 40-point swings.
This is the party that ran against cancel culture, and now they're trying to control what we watch, what we say, what we read. And this is the most dangerous kind of cancel culture, the kind that comes from the top.
Stop it right here. He's bringing up a great point. So if you remember, and people may recall this, all the tech guys said that they had to support Donald Trump because the Democrats wanted to restrict speech and that the Republicans were the party of free speech. It's all bullshit. I mean, it's, as Talarico is pointing out, the Republicans and the Trump administration is trying to restrict speech that they don't like all over the place. They got Colbert off the air. They tried to get Kimmel off the air. Now they're trying to dictate who goes on these late night shows that no one watches. It's out of control.
Take it a step further. There was news that kind of scared me a little bit because we just started this podcast, and apparently the DOJ requested from Google and Meta and everybody for all, private citizen information of people that are critical of ICE, the administration, America, Christianity, has an extreme view on trans issues. That sounds very Big Brother-esque. That does. Who knows what they're going to do with that information? And I'll be the first to say, until they act upon that information, we still have freedom of speech. But why do you want that information to begin with?
No, yeah, I saw that too. So I just want to come out and say, I love ICE. What ICE is doing is terrific. So just stay away from this podcast. No, I mean, that's another good point. So like all those tech guys, those tech leaders, have they come out and said anything about what the Trump administration is doing around?
No, they're touting it. You got the head of Palantir, saying that we're gonna have to kill some people. Ha 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 ha. With all the information that we have.
Yeah, it's just, we talk about this all the time, and you say it more than me. Like, we live in this alternative reality, like where facts don't matter. It is what it is. Talarico is dead on. They're trying to restrict his speech of him, showing up on Colbert's show. There's no pushback from anyone on the right.
Went after The View because I went on there. They went after Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke they didn't like. They went after you for telling the truth about Paramount's bribe to Donald Trump. Corporate media executives are selling out the First Amendment to curry favor with corrupt politicians. And a threat to any of our First Amendment rights is a threat to all of our First Amendment rights. So
that shit used to be common sense.
Mm-hmm.
That shit used to be common sense. Everybody agreed upon that at one point in this country. I don't understand how this division. It was Obama, the divider in chief.
To fact check you, my network said our cancellation was a purely financial decision.
Got it.
And I remain very grateful for the last 11 years. Now,
again, ICE, we fully support everything that you guys do.
CBS, I guess, because of pressure from the FEC, decided to pull this from the air. And if you think about what's going on at CBS, right, the Ellisons own CBS, and they want to purchase Warner Brothers. And so they're trying to curry favor with the Trump administration to be able to purchase Warner Brothers because Netflix is also trying to purchase Warner Brothers. So I guess the Trump administration doesn't want Talarico to spread his message. I mean, it's just strange to focus on one Senate candidate from Texas to basically try to stop from getting his message out. But that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And they're not doing a really good job of it either, because this actually caused what's called, the Streisand effect, right? So because it was banned, because that word got out, it started to snowball. And listen, Colbert alluded it to at the end. TV is a dying industry. He averages about 2 to 3 million views.
I would say that's, if that. I mean,
probably generous.
Yeah. Like Colbert like, who watches Colbert? Do you
Who
watch
watches
Colbert?
TV?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, but listen, check this out. So, you know, he's had a ton of views on a bunch of different platforms, and the one that's, you know, usually the most stingy when it comes to views and impressions is going to be YouTube. And look at that. 3.7 million views over the last 22 hours, and that's just on YouTube.
Right. That's not TikTok, that's not Twitter, that's not, Instagram clips and
Facebook,
stuff
Instagram, Blue Sky. Right.
where people are now more inclined to search out what Talarico has to say because, hey, I heard that he got pulled from the air in Colbert. Did he say anything scandalous? And it's like, no. Like, he has a really positive message that he wants to share. And
Yeah.
maybe he influenced some people.
I happen to like Talarico. I think he's a little bland. I think he's probably what the electorate needs in Texas to win in the general. This is no knock against Jasmine Crockett. I'm just, there's a lot of white people and a lot of Spanish people in Texas. And listen, I come from a Latino background, and I know that there's a good chunk of Latinos that are self-hating or racist, towards black people. I mean, there's an expression in Latino culture, para mejor la raza, right? And that literally translates to improve the race. And that means to marry somebody of European descent so your kids have more European traits. This is something very internalized in the Latino culture. Talarico, I think, is just a better candidate. He gives the same stump speech. We got to stop looking to the left and to the right. We need to start looking up, right? Like, great. Come up with another stump speech. But other than that, I mean, the guy's pretty squeaky, right? The guy's a pastor in religious Texas. He says he's not taking money from AIPAC. He wants to rely on small donations. He wants to tax the rich higher. Like, so he has the message that I resonate with. I'm not a resident of Texas, so I have nothing to do with it. But yeah, they shot themselves in the foot.
I mean, that's what they do. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised. It's a bunch of clowns. I mean, again, if Talarico's on Colbert, 1 million to 1.5 million people watch Talarico, and no one says anything. He gives that same bland stump speech that that we've all heard,
On the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah, and it's people forget about it the next day. But instead, the administration tries to pull this, tough guy act. They get him pulled off the air, and now he's a viral sensation for a day.
Goes to show you how fucking old and out of touch this administration is. Because like we says, who the fuck still watches TV?
Yeah, exactly.
They brought way more attention to his appearance by doing what they did than to just let him go ahead and talk to the maybe 900,000 active watchers of the show. Because, yeah, 2 million people watch him on average. How much of that is just background noise while they go to sleep on the couch, right? But if you click on a YouTube video, you're going to pay a little more attention to that than you would just the background TV, going on. But listen, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell icon to get notified when we drop a new episode. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.